Good morning or afternoon. This is the video for Wednesday, October 1st. It continues on with that blue packet that we got last week one day, or maybe earlier, I don't remember. I call it the blue packet because the headings are all in blue. See, that's blue and that's blue. So I call it the blue packet. We're not going to do, and this is just the next page that we haven't done yet, 2.6. We're not going to do those two questions at the top of the page because they are just weird and we don't want to do those. So we'll be working on these on the bottom of the page today. You should have, in addition to that packet, a page that looks something like this. Hopefully you've still got that. There's a few of them there on the front desk, I do believe, but I could be wrong. If not, if you don't have yours, maybe someone at your table's got theirs that you can share. So notice we did all these others last week. Made videos of that. There's some extra pages there that I wish I had used. But anyway, here we go. 2.6 problem solvings, and we're starting with 2.57. Now I've already written all these out on another sheet. So you can be looking at this. You can write them down at the bottom of the page or on a separate sheet of your own. But we're going to start with A, 44.2 milliliters to liters, and do A through D. And then I'll let you pause the video while you work on 2.58. Then we'll start the video up again, and I'll do 2.59 with you, and then you can pause and do 2.60. All right, so here we go, 2.57. We're turning 44.2 milliliters to liters. Conversion factor, you might need 10 to the third milliliters as 1 liter, or 10 to the minus third liters as 1 milliliter. You can use whichever one of those you want. I prefer well, we're going to start with our 44.2 milliliters. I need milliliters on the bottom to cancel, and I need liters on the top. So the question is, do you want to work with positive exponents or negative exponents? Or actually, we could just multiply by 1,000 or divide by 1,000. So why don't we just do that? So 1 liter is 1,000 milliliters. So we're just going to divide by 1,000, move your decimal point 3 spots to the left, 0.0442 liters. Milliliters have canceled. If it helps you to put that over 1, you can. It may not be necessary for you. All right, so the next one, we're turning meters into nanometers. Now we definitely need the scientific notation, 10 to the 9th nanometers or 10 to the negative 9th meters. So I'm going to start with my 8.65 meters. Put that over 1 if you want. Then I need meters to be on the bottom and nanometers on top. I like to work with positive exponents, so I'm going to say 10 to the 9th nanometers is 1 meter. And I just smushed all this together. 8.65 times 10 to the 9th. Meters cancel. Nanometers is the answer. It's just that easy. Letter C. Now we've got grams to megagrams. Then there's 10 to the 6th grams in a megagram, or 10 to the minus 6 megagrams in a gram. So we're going to start with our 5.2 to the 8th grams. And I got to have grams on the bottom, megagrams on top. The question is, do we want 10 to the 6th on the bottom or 10 to the minus 6 on top? Again, I like positive exponents. So I'm going to do it that way. When you divide, remember, if you divide, you subtract exponents. So the 10 to the 6th will cancel and leave 2. 10 to the 2nd up there at the top. The grams, of course, are canceling. So it's just 5.2 times 10 to the 2nd megagrams. If you prefer 520 megagrams, but I prefer that. But I wouldn't count the other wrong. All right, kiloseconds to milliseconds. There's a couple of conversion factors you need. You could say 10 to the 3rd and 10 to the 3rd, right? You could do that. 0.72 kiloseconds. I know that there are 10 to the 3rd seconds in 1 kilosecond. So the kiloseconds are canceling, and I know there are 10 to the 3rd milliseconds for 1 second. So the seconds are canceling. So it's 0.72 times 10 to the 3rd times 10 to the 3rd, which is the same thing as 0.72 times 10 to the 6th. Unfortunately, 0.72 is not between 1 and 10, so we need to move the decimal point 1 spot to the left. That will increase the, or decrease the exponent. No, it should increase it, shouldn't it? No, that's the same thing as multiplying by 8. Yeah, it should be 10 to the 6th, or 10 to the 7th, so 7.2 times 10 to the 7th, I do believe. If I'm wrong, I will check back with you and correct that. Maybe it's 10 to the 5th. Now you're not having much confidence in me. I think it's to the 5th. It's 10 to the 5th. 7.2 times 10 to the 5th. You are correct. All right, so there's the answer for that one. The next page that we're going to do, I'm going to have you do 2.58. Pause the video, and then when you come back after you've worked out as many of those four as you can, we'll have answers for them for you. So pause the video now. Go ahead, hit pause. Pause it. Well, I hope you paused the video and tried to work them out. So here are the answers as I see them. We needed to know that there were 10 to the 12 picoliters per liter. Do the math, liters cancel. 10 to the minus 5, 10 to the 12th would be 10 to the 7th, 4.82 times 10 to the 7th picoliters. Letter B, we know 10 decimeters per meter, 1,000 meters per kilometer, 575.2 divided by 10 to the 1st, divided by 10 to the 3rd, that'd be 575.2 divided by 10 to the 4th. Ends up 5.75 times 10 to the minus 2 kilometers. On letter C, we got 5 times 10 to the minus 4th kilograms. We know there's 1,000 grams in a kilogram and 10 to the 6th micrograms per gram. So we've got 5 times 10 to the minus 4 times 10 to the 3rd times 10 to the 6th. We're just going to add those exponents, and we'll get 5 times 10 to the 5th micrograms. Remember, our kilograms cancel, our grams cancel. We're left with micrograms, which is what we tried to get, and we're good to go. 10 to the 12th picoseconds per second. So we start with 6.4 times 10 to the 10th picoseconds, and we're going to divide that by 10 to the 12th picoseconds. So our picoseconds cancel. 10 to the 12th with 10 to the 10th. That will be 10 to the 2nd on the bottom. 10 to the 2nd on the bottom is 10 to the minus 2 on top. 6.4 times 10 to the minus 2 seconds. So that takes care of that problem. Next we will do 2.59. Now we've got some English units in there. I guess they're English or standard, whatever. You want to call it US units, maybe? I don't know. Those are still on that other page. So we're turning pounds to kilograms. We know there's 2.2 pounds per kilogram. So 3.428 pounds times 1 kilogram over 2.2 pounds. I punch that in the calculator, I cancel the pounds, and I'm getting 1.6 kilograms. You might have gotten 1.5581, 81, 81, 81, 81. I call it 1.6. You do what you like. 1.6 meters. And we want that into inches. Those are some helpful things to know. So 1.6 meters times 100 centimeters per meter. Meters cancel. Times 1 inch over 2.54 centimeters. Meters are cancel will be inches. So 1.6 times 100 divided by 2.54, and I get 63 inches. We could turn that into feet. We get 5'3". Maybe you're 5'3". I don't know. 4.2 liters. We want that into quarts. There are Here. We want liters on the bottom. 0.9464. We want quarts on top. So our liters will cancel. 4.2 divided by 0.9464. The number is going to get bigger because we're dividing by a number smaller than 1. 4.4 quarts. And finally, 0.672 feet. And we want that in millimeters. So we know there are, in each foot, there are 12 inches. And each inch is 2.54 centimeters. And each centimeter is 10 millimeters. So 0.672 times 12 times 2.54 divided by, or times 10, and I'm getting 205 millimeters. So here we are again. Why don't you pause here and work on 2.60. Do 2.60, restart the video, and you'll see how I work those out. Okay, you've unpaused the video. Hope you paused it. Here are the answers for 2.6. For A, I took 0.21 pounds. I multiply that by the 453.6 grams per pound, which was on that chart. It turns out around 95 pounds. B, 11.6 inches. I know there's 2.54 centimeters per inch. I get 29.5 centimeters. 11.6 times 2.54. 0.15 quarts to milliliters. I've got these two conversion factors here. So 0.15 quarts times 0.9464 liters per quart. Quarts cancel. Times 1,000 milliliters per liter. Liters cancel. I end up with 142. 0.15 times 0.9464 times 1,000. $35.41 kilograms times 2.2 pounds is 1 kilogram. I get 77.90 pounds. Hopefully those match you. If not, maybe I did something wrong, but hopefully not. So for the rest of the period, or whatever time is remaining, why don't you work on just do 2.61 as your assignment, not 2.62. Okay, that seems reasonable. 2.61 is your assignment. So work on that. Turn that in, or yeah, you can turn that in. And that'll be it for today. See you Thursday. Hopefully I'll be back tomorrow.